All right, is it live? Is it going to work now? After all that frustration, it's just going to automatically work? Oh, I see the comments. Carl and Andrew. Nancy. Am I really here, guys? Is it really happening? Oh, what a frustrating start that was. All right, let me know. Let me know if you guys are hearing me now. I don't want to touch anything else until I know it's working. Not touching anything else until we know it's working, everybody. Happy Friday afternoon. I think we got it finally. I think I see what's going to work. Okay. Okay, awesome. Here we go. We did it. Oh, I'm just going to take a moment and say welcome. Thank you, everybody. Hopefully you don't see the frustration on my face. I can't figure out what's going on. Welcome to a live version of Friday Afternoon Live with Rob Appell, brought to you by Stitchin Heaven out in Quitman, Texas. We call the show so well when it's recorded. Who knows what we should call this today and last week. Have a really cool piece of software I use so that I can produce and monitor the comments and everything all by myself with multiple cameras, so I can do show and tell. I can bring in your photographs. I can do all kinds of great stuff. I do not know what happened last week. It said with the update, we had to do scheduling a different way. I followed all the steps. This week, I followed all the steps again. I thought maybe last week I forgot to do one little switch. So anyways, I'm going to try to reach out to the actual software company this next week and see what's going on, because I am so appreciative to know that you're all out there, and I could see there was many of you waiting. Thank you, Andrew and Carl, for keeping the enthusiasm up and the entertainment levels up. I'm super excited today, folks. There's some really big news, like literally big news on the table. And so funny, I was so confident today. I wrote the show early this morning and got all my videos and everything I'm going to share with you today input. And I've been working on this great new project over here that goes with the new fabric line. You can see I've even dressed for the occasion and all. And so at any rate, I was just thinking I'd just kind of cruise right into the live action button here, hit the go, and things would happen. So anyways, I'm super blessed you're all here. Please let us know where you're coming from. If you're a new viewer, this is great. I'm super happy to have you here. We normally have some sort of technical difficulty because it is live. And yes, I am doing the production myself, and I'd much rather be quilting, but I don't want to do it without you all. So I'm glad you're tuning in today. This is great. I see lots of you coming in. So beautiful. I'm going to get started with the show today. We should start by saying welcome to all 57,000 subscribers, and it is still growing. So make sure that you hit the subscribe button and make sure that you click the notification. I got a couple questions about that last week. I'm not sure. Maybe we're all just having a tech week or a bad tech week. Folks, also want to invite you. We have a wonderful Facebook group. It is so well Rob Appell on Facebook. We have over 1,000 members out there having a great time, encouraging each other. So I just really like to encourage you all to go ahead and sign up or find that there on Facebook. I am the gatekeeper, so I love watching your comments there when you come in and asking for permission to join in. I don't think there's anybody I haven't really let in yet. There's a few of you I'm considering kicking out, Mr. Socks, but no, I'm just kidding. Our poster of the year. So, okay, so also with that, and this is why I'm a little panicky. I don't know, but I tried to put a bunch of links in the description because I like it so that when I have stuff that I'm talking about, those of you that are following along can click the links later. We have a bunch of retreats I want to talk about, a bunch of cruises and Land Ahoy and things. But I'm going to panic right now. I do not know if there's even a description below today's video, but normally there's a bunch of links down there for you. I can always go in and put them later. So if you're watching the video live, don't panic. As soon as I hit end and it starts becoming a recorded video, I can go in and I can edit the description and make sure all those links are there for you. So as we're playing a little catch up today, let's have a little fun. And speaking of old news, big news, awesome news, it's here. Roar by Tula Pink, fantastic fabric collection. You can get yours at stitchinheaven.com. And you may have caught last week, we had a little fun with a dyno cam. This is going to be important for a couple reasons.
Dyno cam, here we go.
I'm not going to make you watch the whole thing. Just this part where I scare the gal as I'm coming out the door.
I get to have fun right in the dyno cam. Here
I
we
didn't
go.
know she'd gotten
Oh,
there
no, we have
while I'd
customers.
gotten
Watch
set
out,
up. And all of a
ladies.
sudden, as I'm coming to the door, there's
Dino
customers.
Jam.
And I went and had to say I was really sorry to that gal. But we made friends. We had a lot of fun with this. So at any rate, that video did a lot of smile making, I believe, last week. And that's on the social media and Facebook, Instagram, that kind of thing. So at any rate, we were having a lot of fun. And later on, I'm going to be talking about the Grateful List, and that will play back in to the Grateful List. I want to make sure all of you know, as we're getting closer and closer to the end of registration, we have a couple seats left at the Let's Celebrate. This is the OESD. This is an Embroideries Essential Party. It's a multi-day event. It's going to be awesome. And it's June 11th through 13th this year. There's still time to sign up. You can stay there on site. And it's going to be a hands-on event that's just going to be fantastic. And if you're new to the Stitchin Heaven family, let me make you aware, please. We absolutely specialize in. Now, I know you probably thought we specialized in block of the months and quilt kits, which we also do, but we specialize in travel. We have a blast. Our mission statement is to have fun and to be happy and to wow people. And I believe we do that daily. Thank you, Deb, for that wonderful leadership. So at any rate, yeah, we do all kinds of events. I am super excited. Yesterday was, I think, our final conference call. Please, folks, it's sold out. Don't even try to get on board with these crazy guys. I see Andrew's participating today in the chat. Mark Durrell, the quilting Marine, crayon eater himself, and the combat quilter, and myself are all going to be on the Patriot Quilting Cruise. Now, that sets sail in just a few weeks, so I'm super pumped up about it. Super, super excited. I want to point out, though, most of our cruises are already sold out, so don't wait, folks. This is all part of the stitchinheaven.com website, and you can go under the cruises, go under travel and events. We do have one quilt cruise still coming up this summer that has just a few seats left. That's the Alaska Legacy. If you go to sign up by the time you watch this video and it's sold out, I do apologize. I have more cruises coming up for everybody at the beginning of the year. If you want to try to do something this summer, check out Alaska Legacy. There should be links there for you. And then check it out. We've got a whole new lineup coming up, starting with the Castaway Quilting Cruise, January 12th through 19th, 2025. So that's really, really exciting. And Mark and Andrew and I are just so blessed to get to do this trip together. And with all of you, we have a full ship, and it's going to be really exciting. Like I said, yesterday we had one of our last planning stage meetings with the events team and our fearless leaders, Dawn and Dana. Many of you probably know them if you've cruised with us before. I forget how many of you are constant quilting cruisers. That's something I'd love to know actually in the comments. If you are a cruiser, if you've cruised with Stitchin Heaven before, where have you cruised to? What did you think? All that kind of stuff. I swore when I became part of the Stitchin Heaven family, I would never get on a cruise ship again. I get really seasick. Mark and Andrew made me promise. I already have the seasick medication from the doctor. The real stuff has been prescribed and I'm prepared. But if you're a bit like me and you don't feel like cruising on a ship, you should consider cruising with us on land. We do also land ahoy events, and they're basically wonderful quilting retreat style events, often held in hotels. Our next one coming up is in Lancaster. Now this one's just around the corner, but the cool thing about it being a land-based retreat is you can really sign up almost at the last minute. I apologize. I don't know how many seats we really have left, but nonetheless, it is still available. I do know. And check this out. Each event usually has at least 2 instructors. Julie Bellin and Michael Davidson are going to both be there. You're going to be making one of 2 of these beautiful quilt projects there. And again, if this is a little hard for you to see, please check out our website and look at the Land Ahoy events. We also have a constant cycle of those going, like the quilting cruises, and it's just a really wonderful way for us to get together and be part of that amazing quilting community. It's something I was talking about last week on the Grateful List as I was out in Texas, and Raya Saloma was there and a bunch of quilters. And one day we had 3 different quilting classes going on all on the same day. If you count the retreat, we had a QuiltWorks meetup going on, and we also had a beginning quilting class going on last week. And so that was just super cool to see all on the same day. And so at any rate, this is about a lot of what Friday afternoons are about, is catching up, talking about what's going on. We also like to do a show and tell. And Jennifer, I'm sorry, I found this on Instagram. I believe that you sent for this in for me to show. So thank you, Jennifer, for sending me one of your quilts. Although I don't have the best picture of this, Jennifer, because I got it from social media and then it was on my phone and then on the, you know what I'm trying to say. So at any rate, folks, if you'd like to send me in your pictures, please just send them directly to my email address. That's rob@stitchinheaven.com, and I'll put up your name, first name, if you'd like me to, or say please keep it anonymous. We love to share what our community's doing out there. And so if I've missed your quilts, I apologize. Send me an email and just send me the quilt again. I do receive lots of emails and I do try to get through all of them every week, but every now and again I'll miss a quilt or something, or I will have saved it and then I forget to put it in the video. So if you feel like I owe you a show and tell and you've been watching waiting to see your quilt and I have somehow missed it, I apologize, and just hit me up with that email address there, rob@stitchinheaven.com. Okay, I'm almost through the announcements, folks, and I am bouncing around a little bit. I'm hoping you saw last week, which I think was one of the most fun trips I've had in a long time. It was a little bit of the recap of the video day. We did a play day with Sujata Shah. Sujata and I were blessed to meet several years back at Sisters Outdoor Quilt Show. And she's the gal in the middle of the photo here. The gal on the other side, the blonde with her glasses on her head, that's my dear friend Charisma Horton, as if you didn't know already. Charisma and I do a lot of projects together. Excuse me, I guess I'm getting all choked up here. At any rate, so Charisma and I are working on a block of the month. It's going to be epic, folks. I can show you a little bit of it right now. And some of you saw it or that were following BenderTex and what was going on the virtual fabric show a couple weeks ago. Excuse me, let me just do this. And also, some of you caught wind if you're following the H&H Textiles show and saw photos and videos and things there from BenderTex. So yes, Charisma and I are doing a block of the month. I believe it will be launching around October-ish this year. We're still finishing up and we will be making video tutorials for it. Super, super exciting. The project you're seeing here on the wall is a freebie pattern that I'm working on myself and I'm having a blast with it. I'm kind of in the middle of the testing phases and I'm so in the middle of it. Look, folks, I have just a perfect count here on my tabletop. I don't want to lose anything because I am technically testing the pattern before I let you all use it. So I didn't want to clean up today, but you're seeing a lot of the newer worlds. New Worlds was my first fabric release. Then Newer Worlds is coming out and Epic is going to feature both of them coming together. Oh, that's right. Well, I'll get it in a second. I'll be back. I can reach all of this stuff. So at any rate, so as I bounce through some of these things, I just wanted to invite you all to check out last week's video. It was a really fun interview and Sujata welcomes us into her home and into her culture. She's from India and we had a blast. She made us lunch and then she took us into the quilting studio and taught us all about being freeform in the here and the now. And of course I thought that was just genius of her. So as I dive into the grateful list, that was something that was just awesome. But I have been on the run a bunch. So that's partly why I was mentioning, oh, I thought I had these, I guess I've got them out of order. Silly me, silly me. That's all right. So my grateful list, something I love to do each and every week, just think about what I am grateful for. And if you'd like to put what you're grateful for in the comments below, feel free to do so, please. Most of the time last week, we were having a ton of fun with what I was calling the fun tech and fun videos. So the dyno cam video that I was showing you, not only, yes, was I riding a skateboard while wearing an inflatable dinosaur suit, which is not easy to say or do, but we have a cool GoPro. Elijah, our camera operator's got a really cool GoPro 360. So it does those really cool around the room shots. And then we also had a drone. So we have another project coming up here I think you're going to enjoy next week. And it's actually top 5 tools every quilter needs. But I went shopping. Check this out. back into the studio. Whoops, wrong button. That's okay. Get back into the studio and talk about different cutters and rulers and mats and the wool mat and the 1/4 inch and a bunch of important things. So that's another great beginning quilting video for the series. That's coming up on next Wednesday. And I've got a couple of questions in regards to the last quilting video, or some of the last quilting videos, especially in the straight line quilting. So a couple of things I want to say. First of all, this quilt here, and I thought I might have taken some early footage of it. Here it goes. That's the unwashed version, and folks had some concerns.
Before
So now let's come back here to, let's go our top cam. All right. So you can see a lot of folks were concerned. Well, I had one comment, not a lot of folks, but folks were concerned that the tightness of the stitching would make it kind of go away and you wouldn't enjoy the quilting and it wouldn't be so warm and soft and cozy with the density of the quilting. I don't want to be argumentative, folks, but there was a couple of things in my recent quilting videos that folks commented that I wouldn't actually agree with. I will let you figure out which ones those were, the ones that were fairly contradictory to what I was trying to teach, of course. But in this one, it was more of a question, and no, the density, well, let's back up. It's more about the actual fiber content of your batting and what happens with how close your stitching becomes. Wool batting is going to work way different than polyester batting, and so this particular batting, and the batting I use in all of my quilts, is a Hobbs Heirloom. It's an 80% cotton, 20% polyester, and I love the way it works, and I love the way it washes, and we sit on our couch while watching TV under many of these quilts. And I'm in California, so I'm not really trying to say super, super warm, but I do not feel like the density of the quilting has taken away from any of the awesome parts that a quilt has to offer. Coziness, warmth, density, all of that stuff. So this is going to be a gift for my friend, and I'm really excited. So I'm going to go ahead and deliver this afternoon after I sign off. I'll come back to figuring out what the problems with the tech are next week. That's a Monday project. But that was the other thing. I wanted to wash it and get it all ready for being received as a gift that it will be here. And so I'm pretty excited about that, as I want to make sure I brought that out. So I've been hanging on to it all day so that you can see what it looks like after it has been machine washed after the quilting. I also put up here Jack of Many Trades, and I was starting to say I'd been on the road a bunch, and when I got home, my wonderful son picked me up from the airport, and immediately we wanted to install the new car stereo. He had gotten hands-free and all of that in my old pickup, and so it was fun, and we did a great job, and we worked well as a team. Many of you know I also am dabbling in the art of tattooing, and took on a more difficult position right under the knee on this crazy dude, and had a blast, and I'm very proud of the line work and quality in this one, the shading. So I'm really excited about it, and lots of fun with that. As we're going through the grateful list, new fabrics, folks. Let's get just one more beautiful close-up. This is just the newer world, so this is line 2. And I'm going to show you here the mock-up featuring the fabrics, but it's digital. This is the pattern I'm working on the wall right now. And so we're going to call it Borrowed Time. And it uses the black and white fabrics, plus it also uses all 9 of the colors, including the gray. Kind of the gray is reading as the background. These blocks are going to be 20-inch blocks, so it's going to be very easy to make like a 60 by 80 quilt, an 80 by 100 quilt. Of course, you'll be having a little bit of seam allowance shrinkage in there, but not much because it's such a large block, right? You're not going to lose very much per unit. Really fun to play with. I think you can really see the graphics and whatnot. Like I said, this will be a free pattern that's available when the fabrics are available. And so I'm just wrapping that up this week as I'm kind of excited about what's going on. I ran to the post office today. Speaking of new fabrics, I had gotten the email that it happened. Okay, folks, check it out. I've been dying. I think we talked about it last week. I was talking about having good excuses, but here it is. These are wide backs, 108-inch goods. Let me see if I can get you a different different camera angle here. There's your top cam. It's a glowing dot. Yeah, it almost looks like a suede, but it's printed with the same concept as the shadow blush, like my New Worlds and Newer Worlds are. There is a bit of a background texture. I'm not sure if you can see, but there's just a bit of a modeling that makes my fabrics not feel so flat, right? And so that's available. Now there's just the two colors. There's the wonderful warm color and there's the cool color. So you've got a green, and I do feel like you can see a little bit more of the glowing blue dot there. There is a really cool like purple around the orange, and it's more like it's like an aura in a way. It's almost like you don't see it, but then you do and you focus on it. Let me see if I can get us a big read on this. Look at this though, folks, 108, and this just came in the mail. Try not to hit my microphone, but yeah, they're going to be super wide for the long arm machines or backing or regular patchwork. So look at this. Is that amazing? And so much fun movement. So I've been waiting to unpack it until you were all here with me. Is it making your eyes crazy? I hope so. Now these, I think it's about a dime up to slightly larger than a quarter shape on the bubbles, the dots. That's super fun that way. But I really need your help. Okay, this is what I was going to grab a second ago, but I really need your help, everybody. We have two backings right now. Fuzz. We have two backings right now, and we have two quilts we need to back. I have a strong opinion, but I'd like you to all vote, especially those of you who are watching the video later. I know you always want to feel like you can participate, so I'm probably not going to stitch these this weekend, but very soon. Here we go. These are the two choices, and I want you all to comment and let me know what you think we should do backings-wise. So, if you've been following along and we have the new kits available, I think I showed this last week. No, I didn't show it because I was in, but I did show it, I believe. Look, it's like I'm invisible and then I'm here and then I'm invisible. That's pretty fun. I know the video tutorial's ready. It'll be up in a few weeks because I was doing that and editing it. Now it's even better. Look, invisible. Now I'm back. Check that out. Invisible. Now I'm back. So it's the remake of this background project, but it's using all of the New Worlds fabrics in shadow blush. So if you order the kit from Stitchin Heaven, you now get all the Rob Appell fabrics in the kit for the background project. So that's really, really exciting. So this one here is one of the choices. And then the other one here, this one features all 18 of the fabrics, New Worlds and Newer Worlds. It's a double tumbler, right? I probably should hold it so that the colors are correct. There we go. Another double tumbling block. So we've got videos and patterns and things like this for it. No kits yet. Remember, the fabrics haven't really shipped to stores. As a designer, you get fabrics early so you can make samples and get folks like yourselves excited. So I'm hoping you're excited. I'm very excited. But nonetheless, I want to know. So of the new double tumbler, should we do we'll just call it cool colors and warm colors? And for the Synergy Remix 2, should we do the cool colors, warm colors? I want to use each of the backings on each of the new projects. I might get to send them off to Bernina University as well, just for help having fun and promoting and all that kind of stuff. So at any rate, let me know which ones you think we should back the projects with, and what would be the easiest way for us to vote. I've got an idea. Let's just vote on Synergy. Whatever you vote on Synergy, I'll do the other one on the back of the double tumbler. So this is the Synergy. This is from Splice Magic Book. What do you want me to back this one for you all with? Should I do it with the blue backing or the orange backing? Make your choices. Get them in. Right? This is what it looks like. You can see the whole project. Okay? So let me know what you think, which colors we should do. And I believe I've pretty much now covered all of the information in today's video, and we're still on time. Let me check my notes here. Oh yeah, look, I got the kit. Look, that's sweet. Look at this B-roll shot. Ooh, it's the kit remix. But look, it says my name. I love that. I know, I'm silly. I'm such a ham that way. But wouldn't you want to just hang out with a ham? Come on, hang out with your own favorite ham. August 7th through 11th. I think I've got a couple seats still left. I should really check the details before I put these posts up. I know, I'm sorry, folks. I'm so goofy that way, but I'm just having fun. Let's do a quick thumb through the cameras here. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, luscious. Oh, look at that. Now wait, this looks like a split. It looks like a split decision. You're all driving me. Oh, I love it. It's great. Okay, so let's do this. I'm just going to leave that right there, and I'm going to go ahead and check the comments before I sign off today. Like I said, I need to get a cup of coffee. I have a quilt that I need to give for a gift, and I want to make sure I haven't missed any of your questions. So I'm going through the questions. There was someone who concerned about my temperature. Maybe I've missed a joke somewhere. I am not freezing. I'm in short. Oh, maybe you thought I was freezing because I was wearing 2 shirts. Oh, there's a question for the shirt pattern. Okay, so Kathy, please don't look too carefully at my terrible shirt making skills. It's the same pattern I've been using since I learned to sew 25 years ago, and somehow it is getting worse. I am actually doing a more poor job every time I construct the shirt. It's becoming comical at this point. I did adjust the collar years ago, and whatever I did, I cannot get it on right. But yeah, it's pretty slick though, right? One of the things I always wanted to do in designing fabrics was make sure that it was also great for garment, because I do love to wear collared shirts like this. And if I'm going to, I might as well wear one of my own fabrics. So anyways, Kathy, thank you for that question. I'm kind of scrolling up right now, making sure I don't miss anybody. Lots of folks out there. I'm really glad you stuck with me today. Yeah, the gremlins were getting us earlier. I'm not sure what's going on. It's a wonderful software, as you can see, and I forgot to mention in this week's video, but yes, it's now providing 1080 live stream on YouTube. So hopefully you can really see the patterns and the colors and everything fantastic. I know it looks great on my end. Super excited about that. Okay. Double checking some comments, making sure. Oh, has the volume been low for everybody today? Uh-oh. I saw that comment. A couple of folks were saying the volume was kind of low. My microphone's a little lower today. Maybe that's the difference, but I know how loud I can be. I would really appreciate that feedback, folks. Let me know how the volume was today, because I can adjust that, just making sure I have the microphone up higher next time. Oh, I'm glad Renee got to see the visit with Sujata. Wasn't that fun? She was so lovely. So lovely. All right. Okay, lots of votes coming in. Lots of votes. Love it. Okay. No, Carl, this is not my All-Star shirt. I've got another one in the works. Yeah. That's classic. Thank you, Andrew. Yes, I would have my C for captain on it. All right. Okay. So I don't think I have any other new questions coming in. I think I'm going to go ahead and sign off then for the day. Like I said, I've got a cup of coffee with my name on it. I've got a quilt with somebody else's name on it. I get to come back and finish up some of the patchwork and all that. As I was starting to mention, it's bachelor weekend. So make sure you get your comments in pretty soon about which backing to use. I wouldn't be surprised if I do start maybe something by Saturday afternoon. I know I promised I wouldn't, but just as I'm standing here looking at all this wonderful fabric, how could I not get started, right? I'm so excited. I've been waiting for 2 weeks for these quilt tops to get started on them. There is one last piece of fabric coming that's a stripe that I want to use for the binding. So I guess I still can have a little bit of an excuse not to get started, but I am certainly running out of excuses quick, folks. So anyways, with that, I hope you get the fun pun in that. And I really do. Those of you who follow along each and every week and are part of the community, I do go back here, I look at everything, and I'm really excited about what you're all doing and saying to each other and to me. So it's fun to have these inside jokes. I'm really glad you are all here and part of it. It just really is such a blessing to myself and the rest of the team at Stitchin Heaven that we can provide for all of you in our sewing community this way. So have a fantastic weekend, folks. Thanks for tuning in, and may the 4th